up, guys? Shadetree Surgeon here on the Ducati Pasta Rocket. Powered by a 1200cc Puttanesca engine, it's lubricated by only the finest virgin olive oil and sips exclusively jet black cappuccino for fuel. And it's only allowed to be washed with the finest Perrier. God, I fucking hate myself. Oh, but seriously, I love this Ducati. Not a lot of other people do, you know. It's not well loved on the channel. And I'll tell you, most of the people who like it are other dudes. If you're trying to buy a bike to flex on some chicks, the Ducati Multistrada is not the proper choice. This big red dog dick of a bike attracts a lot of attention from other dudes wearing very tight leather and smelling of Dracar Noir. Not a motorcycle for single guys. But I'm not single, so I could give a rat's ass. Well, that's my intro. I always do an intro. That's like the one thing that I'm a good YouTuber about. I make a lot of YouTube videos, but I'm a bad YouTuber. I don't ever do the things you're supposed to do. Like, I should be every video or every couple of videos telling everybody to hit the notification bell, because like even today, the video I released today didn't show up in tons of people's sub boxes. Everybody's telling me they didn't see it. And this is why people are like, hey, hit that notification bell down there. And of course, I'm telling you to do it now. But if I was a good YouTuber, I would bring it up at least a couple times a month. Or maybe I could get real fancy and have one of those little animations made that shows people how to do it, but probably not. Yeah, my whole animation budget usually goes to screaming bald eagles. I ain't got anything left over. I always forget to ask people to like the video too. You know, I remember that every once in a while, but most of the time, the vast majority of the time, I don't ever remember to tell people to like the video. And apparently, telling people to like the video, that makes such a huge difference. I get people hammering that to me all the time. Like, tell people to like the video. Because not only does it make a huge difference in the amount of likes your video receives, but it also makes a huge difference in the analytics of the video. And since I'm a bad YouTuber, I always forget that shit. This is why we live in Florida. Not the traffic. It's just like exquisitely bad traffic for a Sunday. It's a holiday weekend. But this right here, the fact that it is 79 degrees in February, and I'm riding in a summer jacket across the bridge in a cloudless sky, looking across this blue ocean, that's why we live in Florida. And if it was like this year-round, we'd be California. And instead of having Florida man smoking meth, shooting his gun in his front yard, and wrestling alligators, we'd be inundated with yuppies. I got nothing but love for California, but those hot summer days keep the yuppies away. I'll take rednecks any day of the week. Continuing along that same vein of shit I don't do, because I'm a bad YouTuber, I also don't tell people to go follow my Instagram and my Twitter. I'm super active on both those, and I talk to people on there all the time. But my Instagram and Twitter, they suck. They're a solid D- on Social Blade. I mean, they're never grown at all. Because I never tell people to go follow it, because I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, it's not that I'm an idiot. It's just that, I don't know, it just feels fucking weird to just be constantly pimping out my shit. I'm not talking crap about it. You know, more power to the people who do. I think that's awesome. Do your thing. I just personally feel weird about it. And I should probably just get the fuck over that. If I really want to grow this channel and do all the shit that I say I want to do, I have to be telling people to like videos. I have to be telling people to subscribe and check out my Patreon and check out our Instagram. I gotta do that shit. I just gotta figure out a way to do it that doesn't make me feel like a complete fuckstick. Oh my God. This is a lot of effort for a penny. You cannot buy the big monster at the store and not get judged. Heading over to my folks' house right now. We had to get some crack drinks to reward ourselves for that kind of torture. Yeah, it probably sounds fucked up to a lot of people. It is what it is. I got a pretty fucked up relationship with my parents. I've talked about it before a little bit in previous videos. You guys who remember that video know that I was basically raised by my grandparents, and a weird relationship, to say the least, you know. Just fantasized for years and years, especially as a teenager and in my 20s, about just confronting my father and just taking him to task for everything that he put me through and everything that I thought about him, and just calling him out and just really just laying into him and being like, this is what you did to me. This is how you made me feel, you fucked up person. But he's old, and what's the fucking point? You know, you look at it, you go, what's the point in going to an old man and just taking him to task and being like, you lived a fucked up life and you fucked up the people around you and you're a piece of shit? Like, what's the point in doing that? I came to terms with it myself. I stopped fantasizing about it. I stopped caring, to be honest with you. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I don't spend that much time thinking about it. It just is what it is, and I go and I guess I do my sonly duties, and I go over there and I just say, hey, what's up, Dad? And he gets to think that he was a great father because he lives in a fucking delusional fantasy world. What else are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna fight an old man? Am I gonna go up there and just fight an old man who's on death's doorstep? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I guess that's part of getting older, is you give up on those fights and you realize that they aren't worth it. It is what it is. You know, you don't get to pick your parents. And don't get me wrong, I'm not crying for me. There are plenty of worse parents out there, and certainly had some good times with my dad over the years. And it's not like today was an absolutely awful time. Just sit down, listen to him tell some stories, because that's what he likes to do. Not that he really needs me around. My dad is very well loved. Trust me. He is very well loved by many people. It does not need mine on top of it. On to something a little more fun. We're heading over to Armature Works to see our friends Skip and Cammy. All right, looking for Armature Works. I've never been here before, but Skip and Cammy have their setup for Metamorphosis Cammy Salon set up at Indy Flea. This looks likely. And since I haven't had a trim since Drew took care of me in California, it's time to do the de-hobo treatment on my face. There's anywhere to park bikes around here. I got a fucking valet. Really? Alright. Well, last time a flea market had a valet. What shit is that? This place is a clusterfuck. That guy's getting a ticket. How's it going? Is there motorcycle parking anywhere? That's a big fat no. Get your shit together, Tampa. Like, going to an indie flea market and the fact that there's valet parking is just a perfect analogy for how downtown Tampa will just never work the way they want it to. Talk about yuppie central. Jesus Christ. Hipster isn't the word anymore. Hipster, dead meme. Calling it right now. Don't even try to say anybody's a hipster. These are yuppies. And yuppies have always been around, trust me. But these people you see selling their vintage VHS collections and sewing machines, wearing these flowing dresses and tight jeans, these are not hipsters.
Yuppies. Yuppies! What happened? How could people let this happen?
And hey, I'm sure a lot of them are nice people. I'm just talking shit because I have a YouTube channel It's what I do, is talk shit. Always amazes me when people come here and they're surprised. They're like, who the fuck guy's talking shit? Why don't you take a look at me? Like, why are you so surprised when you see it? Like, I know I'm an asshole too, trust me. Not saying I'm better than anybody else, but just because I ain't better than anybody else doesn't mean I can't run my fucking mouth. That's how we get our chucks, man. I mean, I guess it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Although I think my final rating of the indie flea market at Armature Works would be aggressively whimsical. Well, on our way home now. Gotta go home, let the dogs out for a little while and play with them. They've been cooped up in their cages for a couple hours and we don't like to leave them for too long. Then after that, we're gonna pick up Skip and Cammy, Jason and Jess, and we're all gonna hang out, drink some beers and have a good time. Maybe go bowling or something, I don't know. And of course, Amadeus is the star of the show. I think everybody loves him the best. Amadeus. Speak. Speak. You done? I don't know how he can't bark without biting himself.
Lips.
You're too floppy. You're too fucking floppy. And of course, young Mr. Grimm. If you guys don't know, Jessica actually started a YouTube channel as well, doing stuff with the dogs. It's called The Doghouse. I talked about it in another video. I think a lot of you guys are aware of it now, but she's doing a bunch of training with Grimm and a lot of cool stuff with Dexter. Dexter's used to being the center of attention, so the fact that Grimm's in the picture now does not always jive well. A spoiled ass little brat is what you are. Anyway, if you haven't checked out The Doghouse yet, make sure to go look at it. Jessica's doing a pretty good job with it, I think. But you know, she's my girlfriend, so I tend to think a little highly of her. You see that bullshit ass throw almost falling over?
What'd you do that for? You almost.
She's fucking winning. Time to go home. We gotta ride dirt bikes in the morning, so.
Don't record me right now.
Makes me want to do it more. Go on, eat
Eat my mozzarella stick.
that mozzarella stick real slow.